Yo guys, what's going on? It's Ethan here, and just weighed in at 92.1 kg. Started my cat around about 100 kg. I think it was 101.4 kg. Plus, you know, I was wearing socks, so that's gonna be like what, like 5 kg on its own. So really, I'm like in mid 80s. Food. So as you probably saw from that amazing montage video with like a boom, explosion, I'm doing sort of a weekly food sort of shop. So this is like, I say weekly, this is probably like the sort of thing that you want for sort of the next 3 to 4 days. In my personal opinion, it's what I use, what gets me through my macros. I'm cutting on 2,300 calories. I have been for probably the past 2.5 months. So I'm finding this sort of helps. I've got like my protein sources, I've got my carbohydrate sources, my protein, my carbs. Fat sources, I wouldn't really say there's too much fat sources here, because if I'm honest, I know you're supposed to, I'm on 63 grams of fat. I don't even tend to hit that. I tend to normally hit around about 40 grams of fat a day, if that. I know I should really be hitting my 60, but oh no, I'll just cut faster. So guys, for the protein sources, I've got 3 different types of protein sources I like to use. You may notice the pack's already open because I went food shopping earlier and I've sort of prepped my meals, well, half my meals. First off, I've got these lean cut sort of chicken breasts. So they are, so I've got these sort of lean cut sort of chicken breasts. They're pretty solid. I think it cost me about £9, and I got 1.6 kg of chicken breast. So you can't really beat that. I think that's pretty solid anyway. Because the way I tend to look at it is if you get like per 100 grams, like £1 per 100 grams, I don't think that's too good. I think if you pay an extra couple of quid and you get, say, on £9 for 1.6 grams, I think that's pretty solid. I think that's pretty like decent, but that's obviously my opinion. But I find it to be cheaper.
When your camera decides to break halfway through filming a video. Thank God I got 2.
When your camera decides to break fucking halfway through. My camera just broke. I had to cut that out because it just fucking fell. Yeah, so I've chucked that in the fucking bin. So, but the second sort of protein source I've got is obviously I have steak. So I got this. I did the whole food shop in Asda's, Tesco, Asda's, Asda's. Right, I did it in Asda's. I went after university. So I got 2 loads of these. They're 400 grams, so I've got 800 grams in total. Probably cook this now and have some of this for tea because I've already prepped some of my chicken and that. That's what half a pack of chicken is gone. Yeah, so the macros on these are pretty solid. You know, you've got fucking, if I have a look. So yeah, per 100 grams, it's 213 calories, 7 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 36 grams of protein. Now the fat's a little bit high. You know, so per 100 grams you're getting 100, per 100 grams 216 calories, which isn't, it's not great, but seeing as, like I said earlier, you know, with the fat sources, I don't see it as being horrible.
Congratulations!
So guys, my last source of protein that I like to use is tuna. I fucking love tuna. I love tuna, right? There's a lot of people out there who aren't fans of tuna, aka James. Shout out to my mate James. Link in the description if he's decided to upload a video yet. But yeah, I do really like tuna. You know, I'll take that and maybe a bag of rice or some potatoes, and I'll cook up the potatoes. You know, like 200 grams of potatoes. Probably have about 200-300 grams of tuna. Stick that in with some vegetables and a little bit of sauce. So that's what I probably do. It's actually really nice. It's really nice. It's filling as well. It's fucking solid. So guys, moving on to my carbohydrate sources. I have a few. I have two main sort of three main source of carbohydrates. That is pilar rice. Now pilar rice I actually find to be one of the better rices. I like pilar rice, and the macros on it are solid. I think it's something like 60, maybe 70 grams of carbs a pack, which is really good for the bag of rice. That's pretty solid. The also other thing I like to get, I picked this up in the Spa, is, got it in the fridge, baby potatoes. These are £1, right? And you get £1 and you get around about, I think it's 250 grams of potatoes for a quid. And they're really good. They're easy to cook. You stick them on for about 30 minutes. Yeah, maybe a little bit longer. It depends, because they might come out quite hard. But for a sort of different source of carbs, you know, sometimes for meals I might have chicken and potatoes, or chicken and rice, or tuna and potatoes, or tuna and rice, or steak and rice, or steak or potatoes. So you do have some, like, sort of, you know, you can mix and match. You can mix it up a bit, which is really good, because, you know, when you're on a cut and when you're sort of tracking your macros, a lot of people find it strenuous and boring. They're eating the same thing and eating the same thing and eating the same thing. And you know, that's where flexible dieting, sort of as long as it fits your macros, that comes in, which I'm thinking of doing a video on about flexible dieting and as long as it fits your macros. So I'm thinking of doing a video on that. So my last sort of source of carbohydrates is, of course, bread. Now this, what I've got here is, this is probably not the best of examples. It's my protein bread, the high protein wholemeal bread. It's got 30 grams of carbohydrate and 30 grams of protein per 2 slices. But that's really not why I take it. I might have this if I'm really just, you know, if I'm really just want to really fit in a load of protein, I'll have that with some tuna. But a good example is just normal bread. So, you know, I've run out of normal bread, need to go down the shop, even though just been. So I do like to use sort of the 50/50s, the King's Mill, that's such a shit example. But yeah, you get what I mean. That's what I like to use. So the protein bread though, it is really nice, guys. I'm not sponsored by My Protein, but I really enjoy My Protein products, and I've got loads. I had a delivery about 2 weeks ago with loads of stuff. I'm set. You know, I ordered loads of BCAAs, the cookies and all that. So I got these. I've only got one loaf left, so got to make use of it. But yeah, I'm not sponsored, but I do highly recommend if you guys want to go to My Protein. Protein bread, solid. So now we sort of move on to my sort of secret. Why am I going so far back? My secret weapon, which is of course spinach. I wouldn't be able to cut without this for a simple reason. It has so much volume to your meals. Also, cucumbers. You know, you can have these. So what I tend to do is I'll use a whole bag of lettuce in one meal. I'll chop up half a cucumber, and then I'll add in my chicken and rice, and that it just gives so much volume to the meal. I probably go through 2 to 3 bags of spinach, 2 to 3 bags of lettuce, 2 to 3 bags of iceberg lettuce a day. That's how, you know, it's cheap and it's so filling, and it's just like no calories. You know, you can't argue with that. And people are probably like, you know, oh, it's not very nice. Trust me, you chuck a little bit of sauce on there, which, you know, it tastes awesome. You get proper meals, filling meals, and it's just, you know, spinach, broccoli. You know, I've got broccoli I'm gonna cook up later. Cucumbers, all these sort of fruits. veg. All these sort of veg, like sort of almost to nothing calories, I'd highly recommend. And if I'm honest, I probably wouldn't be able to cut without them because it's so helpful and it's so beneficial, and it just makes cutting so much easier. And they're in a pack and they're pre-made. All you've got to do is literally tip it into a Tupperware, break it up a little bit, sort it. And then of course, how can I forget my monsters, my 0 calorie monsters. I bought I think I bought 10 in total. I bought about 10. You know, for intermittent fasting. If you guys haven't seen my intermittent fasting video and sort of what it takes to be able to do intermittent fasting, have a look at my channel. It should be the video before this one. But plus it's just nice. I like Monster, you know, 0 calories, can't go wrong. Different flavors. They released like recently like a citrus one that I found. It's awesome. It's 0 calories, 0 sugar, sort of the same as the white. And then 2 I've got here. It's a citrus one. It's a yellow can. Really nice. You know, I'd highly recommend it. So yeah. And then for my sort of fat sources, I'd say I don't like. It's hard to say where I don't have a main source of fat, which is probably quite good, and a lot of people don't tend to have a source of fat. But if I am, I might have some chocolate, maybe a cookie. You know, I have this as well, which is obviously, as well as you can probably guess, is from My Protein. You know, I have the My Protein chocolate, and then I've also got the cookies. I've got the cookies actually behind where I'm filming, so behind there, so I can't really get them because I'd have to stop filming. I'm gonna get them, aren't I? Of course I was gonna get them. I mean, come on. These are the My Protein, the double chocolate chip cookies. I've tried these ones. I've gone through a box of these. I've also got I think it's white chocolate that I've got also behind me. So these ones are unopened. I haven't opened these yet, yeah, because I don't need to. But yeah, these have, I think, 10 grams of fat per cookie. And, you know, I might have one of these, maybe 2, depends how my macros have been. You know, you chuck that in with some syrup, you know, the 0 calorie syrup you can also get from My Protein. Fuck me, this might as well just be called My Protein Supplements. How to shop off My Protein. My Protein, My Protein, My Protein. But yeah, I think you guys get it. So, with the cookies, and then I'll probably get my other sources sort of from the meats, if I have a little bit of meat, you know. Depends, like the steaks, they have 10 grams of fat in them. So I'm going to move on now to sort of the last thing, and this is pretty good. So the last thing is sauces. This is, as you guys know, this is a Nando sauce. It's the peri peri chicken flavour. Sort of also like a secret weapon. 100 grams of this is 45 calories. That is amazing for the taste you get. I think the spicier ones, I'm not sure what the macros are on them because I'm white. I can't admit. I find lettuce spicy. So yeah, but this is amazing. This I'm added to one meal, and then I've also got my, I forgot what it's called. It's low fat Caesar dressing, which is really good as well. So Caesar dressing or a Nando sauce. Did Pippin just go in the camera over there? Is my dog in the camera there? I think I got him in the camera. Bombing me. But yeah, so you guys, so these are really good for meals. You know, you chuck them in and it adds flavour, you know, to your lettuce and also to your chicken and rice or chicken and potatoes, whatever. So this adds some really good flavour in, makes the meals taste really nice. I've also got this. You can't buy this on a store. It's basically 0 fat mayonnaise. This entire bottle is 0 calories. Which is incredible. It cost me £6. I know, £6 for like a tub of mayo for like this big, but still 0 calories. It's amazing. I got this from my supplement shop. If you guys have a look in your local supplement shops, you know, you should have a nutritionist sort of shop near you, I would have thought. Have a look in, so you know what's the closest thing you got. I know they do barbecue sauce. I know they do, you know, like ketchup and mayo. So those are some really good alternatives if you're willing to pay a little bit extra. So yeah, guys, that was my video on how to shop for around about 20-30 quid for a couple of days, not including the Monster cans or including about 5 of the Monster cans because I just bought a few just so I wouldn't have to go back. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a share, comment, tell me what you want to see from me, and I promise I'll try my best. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to make this happen. Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed.